All right, here's a new project boat. She's a 1972 Polarcraft 16. I think it's a 1658. It's really wide. Console, rear console here. It's got a 35 Johnson on it. I think it's a 80, 79 or a 80 model. But it's got a good compression. Checked the compression when I bought it. I was getting like 115 on the bottom cylinder and 125 on the top. But it was coming up the more we tested it. So I think the rings are just sticking a little bit. Pardon me, I had to burp. So I haven't cleaned it out or anything yet. I'm just gonna get the rest of this crap out here. This is all my stuff that I put in it. It was at my buddy's house. I brought it out to the ranch here to work on it. So I'm gonna finish getting all this stuff out of here, and I'm gonna hit it with the shop vac and get all the leaves and shit out of it. And then I'm gonna take it over and go pressure wash it. So I'll check it. Alright, hi folks, so it's actually the next day here. You can see I power washed it on the inside. I got it relatively as clean as I could. I didn't care about like getting some of this little like really more baked in stains. I'd have to use some sort of scrubbing agent on. I didn't really worry about that because as you can see right now I'm putting in a subfloor. So but it looked really good. Like this console came out nice. You can use another hit with the power washer, but got the controls cleaned up, looking like new for how old they are. And these are just real basic controls. Actually, they may not even be that old. They're just basic. Steering wheel, all that's looking good. Clean this pad up a little bit. It's actually decently comfortable still, so I'm gonna leave it in there. Still need to hook up the wires for this bilge pump. Got the motor, it's running good now. I'll put in videos of that if I haven't already. I need to clean this up with the wire wheel. And then I'm gonna throw some new paint because you can see it's down to the primer on that. Right now though, I'm just gonna finish putting in the subfloor, cutting out these pieces in 12-inch pieces. So well, maybe not. I'm happy enough with that. So got that sitting in here. So what I'm gonna do now, hey, quit it, Flocka. Damn, cat's fighting the damn dog. So I got a mark for these, how far in I need to cut, and then for the width, and I gotta make those cuts. That should be not too bad. And then once I make all those cuts, I'm gonna test fit it again, and then pull it back out and spray it down with some enamel to seal it up. And then once it's down in all the way, I'm gonna use these extra pieces I got here to do up the floor here. I'm not gonna put a floor where my feet go, just because if I do, my knees will hit the steering wheel. So I'm gonna leave the driver's section as bare aluminum, but I am gonna put a floor here. So stay tuned, I will update. All right, so got the piece cut. Apparently, I don't know what the fuck I measured. Because I cut them, this slot's way too deep. But that's all right. And no big deal. I can hide that with the carpet when I put the carpet on it. So what I've decided is I was gonna do seadeck on the whole thing. The problem is if I want to do that, I'd probably be better off using like actual seadeck brand. And this being the Budget Boat Builds channel, that's not in the bill, right? Because so I'll deck this whole thing out in seadeck. I need 2 to 3 sheets at was like $150 to $180 a sheet. So that, I mean, that's just retarded. And the flooring, see, I got a dog, and the dog's always in the boat. And I've had foam flooring before, and after a while, my dog's got pretty long nails, and I don't trim them because we live on a ranch and she likes to dig, and so her nails tear up foam. And if I put foam all in here, I'm gonna put the Amazon foam in it because it's, you know, I can do the whole boat for half the price of the seadeck. This thing, that cheaper Amazon seadeck, I just don't see that it's gonna hold up to my dog's claws or whatever. So like if I put normal seadeck on here, it'd be really expensive, and like I said, it'd still only last 2 years because the wood's just gonna rot eventually. I mean, it's gonna rot in a couple years. It just is what it is. That's why, you know, it's cheap. So anyway, I'm just gonna put carpet on the inside. I'm gonna still put seadeck up here, probably seadeck here, seadeck on the rear bench so it looks nice. And I might even stick some in my footwell since I'm not gonna put a subfloor there. But this is just gonna be black carpet because I think that's gonna be easier with the dog. I don't want to put the foam in there and then 6 months later it's all torn to shit because the dog's claws fucked it all up. So we're just gonna put carpet in it for now down here, and then seadeck on the casting deck and on the bench back there. And depending how much we have, we might I'll probably like make a cooler pad and stuff for it. But anyway, next on the list, we're gonna pull this out, and then I'm just gonna spray it with this. I'm not worried about it trying to last 10 years like some guys where they're like putting like fiberglass resin and stuff on it. That's probably a good idea. And honestly, I saw that later after I'd already bought this, that you can buy a fiberglass epoxy kit at Lowe's for the same price as I paid for this turbo can, and that would definitely work better. So I mean, if you want to go that route, that's fine. I would probably go that route next time, but this time I would just grab this because it's easy. So I'm just going to spray this on there and seal it with that primer stuff. And then while that's doing its drying thing, I want to move this way farther forward because the boat hangs off the back of the trailer. Then I need to take this jack off, and I'm going to weld on a new jack. And like I said, I want to make these areas a step. So I'll get probably just some wood, I guess, or I'll weld something. I'll probably just weld something on there. It'll be easier. And then I got to make those outriggers. And then still got to work on this rear part of the floor, but so far that's where we're at here, and I'm gonna get working on that rear part of the floor and get it all how I want it, and then we'll check back in. All right, folks. Here we are with a million objects in the boat. So we got the floor pulled back out and coated with enamel, as you can see. I decided to go ahead and make a cut right here. It came out straightish because it was causing a bow, and I want this piece to try to sit as flush as possible. As you can see, I also went ahead and I'll probably come back with some sandpaper and clean this spray foam up so that it's flush. But I just wanted to add that. I also took a whole tube of liquid nails and put liquid nails all over the foam board. That way this will still come out relatively easy. I'll have to kind of chisel out this spray foam on the sides, which will be really easy. And then the whole thing will just kind of lift back up out of there with the foam attached. And I put some paint here on this lower unit to clean it up. So it's looking better than another coat. Yeah, I still need to take the wire wheel to that. But it's coming together. Okay, welcome back, y'all. It's the morning. Next day, it's actually around noon. I had to go in town. I got my marine carpet from Lowe's. I got 30 square feet. Or no, sorry, 48 square feet for 30 bucks. It's 4x12, I think. Yeah, 48 square feet for 30 bucks. Not bad. It's a lot more than I need, but I'll have extra in case I want to do something different than what I'm thinking right now. What I'm thinking is just carpet on this main deck, and then I've got this over here, which is, just camo. This isn't seadeck, this is the Amazon shit, but I've got 2 sheets of this 24 by 96 inch foam, which I'm going to use up here and on the seat, and then I'll see what I have left after I do that, and we'll go from there. Right now I'm just letting that sit in the sun over there with weight on it so that it flattens out because it was all rolled up. So I'll let that do its thing, and I'm going to get this carpet sized for the front. I should have plenty after I cut what I don't need to do that section if I decide I want carpet back there. So I'm going to get working on that. I may or may not try to film a time lapse of it. Actually, yeah, I'll try to do a time lapse of it for you, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I did a little time lapse. Hopefully that worked out alright. Me cutting the carpet. In case you don't know how to cut carpet to fit something like this without having a template. Crazy. Hopefully that time lapse kind of shows you how I did it. You just get it where you want it and then pull it, to the tightness you want, press it up against, and then just cut down the piece until this, whichever side you're cutting, folds flat. And then do your notch across the back once you cut this side. And yeah. So I left it a little bit longer on this side so that I can pull it over. It needs to come this way here. There we go. So that's how it'll sit in there. This needs to come back a little bit. That. And boom. That's how it'll sit in there. I'm gonna go over and paint all this spray foam in there black so it's less noticeable and so it's more waterproof, in theory anyway. So once I get this done, I'm gonna go ahead and spray glue it down and then start working on the seadeck. So stay tuned. Alrighty, folks. So we got the carpet in. I'm just gonna walk around on it like this for a little bit, get pressure on all the spots. But it's glued in there. It was quite the process to get it realigned correctly in the boat. How I cut it. It required 2 people. I did do a time lapse of it though, so you'll see that struggle fest. But it's in, as you can see, and it's in exactly where it needs to be, and it's even on both. That was the hard part, was getting it lined up. Once I had 2 people, that was easy. But then getting the side spacing, because it would, as soon as you touched it, it wanted to stick, because it's hot and humid where I'm at. So that that what is it, 3M77 commercial adhesive, spray adhesive. It works badass, but it's kind of hard to get it lined up. Anyway, got that done. You'll see the time lapse of that. Thank you, Manny, for helping me. Then so now, once this is done, once I'm done working on this to get it all tacked down, then I'm gonna start working on the seadeck. It should be nice and flat by now. I really like this carpet from Lowe's though. This is at Lowe's indoor outdoor carpet. It's really soft and it's snagless, so good for fishing. But there we go. Floor's in it, carpet's in it, looking good. All right, so I got a bunch of random objects landing here again, just to help weigh down, put pressure on the carpet while it dries. The seadeck is on. Get these scraps out of the way. There we go. Looking good. This stuff's really easy to install. Just kind of press it on and cut the fit. So that's looking good. Now we're gonna tackle this back part. So I gotta do this bench, and then after I do the bench, I gotta do this piece of floor right here in the cockpit. So I will get back to y'all. I probably won't. I might time lapse this. We'll see. Anyhow, we'll see you in a bit. Alrighty. So you can see front deck's on. I think I should do that. Put this piece on there just because I had it extra. And I wanted to do that if I had extra because I think it looks good. Then we come back here, we got seadeck in the cockpit. seadeck on the rear bench now. So, sit down here. Obviously I didn't put anything here just because I have it bare aluminum. Just because my knees are already up high enough. I didn't want my knees up here trying to drive the boat. So next I gotta cut out here and install this switch block. I was thinking about putting it down here, but I'd rather have it here. Obviously it won't be hitting the steering wheel once it's flush. So I still need to do that. I got a water pump kit for this 35 that I should probably put in. What else? I think that's it for now. So I'm gonna take a break for a minute and then I'm gonna go back and I got a couple of things. Like I need to move that fire extinguisher bracket up because it doesn't fit anymore. I need to get the rest of my batteries in here, and then I need to do the work on the trailer that I wanted to do. So I have to pull it out and take it over towards my welding trailer. But I'm really happy with how it's come out. I think the seadeck looks really good back here. And it kind of breaks up, you know, I got seadeck. I thought seadeck here just because, I don't know, I just thought it'd look better in the cockpit. Plus it's a lot cooler on your feet, so if you got somebody sitting here, or my, you know, hopefully my dog stays on the carpet. That's why I put the carpet in there. But if you have somebody sitting here, you know, at least their feet will stay cool. My feet will stay cool because that aluminum is touching the water. So, but this is nice outdoor snagless carpet, so it shouldn't get too hot. And then here's your casting deck. So I still gotta get the trolling motor mounted on it and a few other things. Eventually I'm gonna put a seat back here, a proper seat, so I need to find the seat. So anyway, stay tuned. Alrighty. Things I've done, I went and cut this so it all sits flush. I don't like how it was like a lump. So that's cut out. I went around and I notched the carpet again on these inner ribs, and that helped it sit a lot flatter. So that was a good move. Right now, what I'm doing is just mounted the transducer. I know, don't give me shit. I was out of sealant. I shouldn't have put it over the screw like that though. So when it's dry, I'm gonna break that off. But I didn't have any sealant left, and I really want to take this thing out tomorrow. So for now, I just put a big ass glob of spray foam. This stuff's actually surprisingly watertight. I've seen guys punch holes in their fiberglass skiffs and then just fill it full of this shit, and to be able to get back, and it works pretty damn good. So anyway, there's my transducer. I gotta still kind of tidy up the wires. Thinking about it now, I should have run it through there, but I wouldn't have room to get the fuse block, so I ran it underneath, and then it'll be mounted here, and there's that, and then the wires come down to this box, which has my smaller battery that runs the fish finder and whatever else I want to put. That'll be the main battery, and then I have a third battery which is under there right now, hooked up to the motor, which it shouldn't be because it's lithium, and that lithium is to run the trolling motor, so it's gonna have to go up there somewhere. I really probably should have made a hatch like right here. I assume there's foam in here. I'm not really sure. Some people say there are in these Polarcrafts. Some people say there's not. So I don't know. But if it is, it's waterlogged because water can go right through this deck and drain out below. So I should put a hatch here. I might still, yeah. But put a hatch here. That way I can put the trolling motor battery up in the front. I'll probably put it right here so it's in the middle. And set the trolling motor down, battery down in there. Would be optimal. So I might look at trick tins or what you call them, Tiny Boat Nation, and see if they've got any good deals on a hatch. Other than those things, that's all I've done right now. I'm just gonna work on getting the fish finder bolted up to the console there, and finish running those wires. Clean that up, and then I'm gonna kind of lay the boat out how I want to use it for fishing, and then I still gotta pull this thing out real quick and work on the trailer just a bit. All I need. So I put these on. Laugh at me if you want, but I secured them with spray foam. I don't know if it's gonna work. This is how easy this stuff is to clean up. If you get extra, you just pull it off. I think it'll work. It doesn't feel like it wants to fall off, so it's all in there too. So anyway, I put those whole outrigger posts on. It makes it easier to get the boat on the trailer. Alrighty, folks. Update again here. So get down here. So that's all mounted on there. It's a good angle. I can see it good. Works now. So that's good. Got the iPad mount here for running navigation. This has GPS on it, but it's just like a breadcrumb trail. It doesn't actually have maps. So down here I've got the console cut and ready for the switch panel. So I'm gonna wait till I get everything wired up, and then I will secure that switch panel. But that's what it looks like. It's got my 12 volt, my USBs, and voltage meter. Good stuff. That took me a little bit longer than I thought for some reason. It was sketchy to cut that hole with the angle grinder because I had like a ½ inch of room between the the grinder disc and the steering wheel. So I was trying not to cut the steering wheel. But anyway, we got done. Now I think all that's left is to do the few things I wanted to do on the trailer, and then I need to change the lower unit oil, and then we're gonna leave for now. I'm gonna go run it tomorrow. If it looks like it needs a water pump, it's right there. I'll put the water pump in it. That white package is a carb kit. I went ahead and cleaned the carb and just reassembled it, and it's not leaking and it runs great. So I'm just gonna leave it until it needs a carb kit, it starts leaking or whatever, and then I'll use that one. Here I just got some stuff. I gotta change that lower gear fluid and some more 2-stroke oil. And then I got this as a bow line, just to help tie the boat up. So cool stuff. All right, so I'm gonna probably go ahead and change the oil in that lower unit. So we'll see. It's a wee bit milky, so it's not that bad, but this motor will probably need lower end seals at some point because it's definitely pretty milky. All right, lower end oil is changed. It's a little bit milky, didn't look that bad though. Got the prop all polished up. So you can see, if you remember, it was got a bunch of surface rust on it. So polished it up, got it nice and smooth. so it'll be nice and efficient. I really work the cups with the wire wheel to get those cups nice and smooth. The loading's been repainted. Looks okay. The paint I bought was not very good, but it definitely looks better than it did before. What else? I think that's it. So I'm gonna got a little bit of light left. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this trailer stuff figured out, and we should be done. All right, got the truck going for some light. So everything I want to get done today is done. The floor is done. The trailer is adjusted. The outriggers are done. Prop's been polished. Oil in the lower unit's been changed. The electronics are all mounted. I still need to wire up the electronics, but they're mounted. And then I think that was it. So good stuff. Got the new jack welded on, and this deal, it ain't pretty at all. It's actually really bad, but it ain't going anywhere. So let me go ahead and hook this up, pull the boat forward, and then I'll show y'all what that looks like. Okay, so I had to kind of pull the boat. It was a little crooked on the trailer, so I had to straighten it up. It's still a little off to this side, but that's all right. So that's holding. It's doing good. And now, aha! So now I should be able to use my transom saver and all that good stuff. Now that the back of the boat is where it needs to be. Anyhow, that's gonna do it for tonight. So as you can see, we're looking a lot better than we were this morning. So I'm excited, y'all. Stay tuned. I'm gonna probably put one more part in this video as I'm finishing out the little things, and then obviously I'll put the maiden voyage in there. Alrighty, folks, we're coming to you live from the water. Hopefully you can hear me. There's a lot of wind, and I do not have a mic for wind. Anyway, the boat has been performing amazing today. The floor is great. It stays put. Even going through this rough chop. I'm in like the calmest spot. I'm in like the calmest spot I could find right now. So it's just choppy. It was nice this morning, but anyway, the deck's not jumping around like my buddy's got one, and his deck jumps around. And I didn't want mine to do that, so I'm glad it doesn't do that. Everything's working good. Fish finder's working good. The motor's been running great. I think it's gonna need a clutch dog though, because every once in a while you'll feel it. Almost feels like you hit a log when you know you didn't hit a log, and it's that clutch dog slipping. It's all right. It's been running good. Other than that, not much else to really say. It's been performing great. I'm really happy with it. I definitely would like to build a gun box of some sort here to put stuff in. Would be nice. I told myself I didn't want any hatches, but now I kind of want a hatch, so it is what it is. But I'm gonna see if we can't catch any fish around here, and we're just gonna hang out for a little while. So yeah, there you go. It's cheap and it's very effective, and I really like it. So, and this thing's nice. I just want to sunbathe. I can just lay down. Could not do this in the old boat. Alright, so we're back at the ranch. It's the next day from the maiden voyage day. It's pretty dreary today, so It's all wet in here, so we're gonna see how waterproof it is. But I think it'll do a good job. You can see kind of peeled up a little bit of carpet just to look, and the wood is I'd sealed with the enamel, and then also that spray glue, because I put like double the amount that I probably actually needed down, and let like some of it like dry most of the way to where it was like just kind of tacky still, and then I spread down another coat, which kind of made that first coat more tacky, I guess because of the solvent. But anyhow, that looks to have sealed the wood additionally pretty well, because it's formed like a thick layer on top of the wood like an epoxy. So might be something good to remember. The seadeck, everything worked out good. I threw this extra fuel tank in there because I wanted to start using this one because it's bigger, I think, than that one. But I still need to wire up this panel. It's not actually connected to anything. But the motor ran good. I think we might have to tear into this lower unit at some point and put a clutch dog in it, because it doesn't slip out of gear, but like you'll be running and you'll feel like the whole motor will shudder. And apparently that's that clutch dog like slipping, rotating, and then locking back in the gear. But it's just a shudder like that while you're driving. It doesn't affect the performance any, but I'm sure if you continue to let it happen, it probably will. These dried up and are on there like super hard, so it's probably gonna be a bitch to get those off, even if you wanted to. And that's just spray foam, so that worked really well. And then all the spray foam on the sides is doing good. It's not like holding water or anything like that. At least I don't think it is. But yeah, so it worked out. That's gonna go ahead and do it for this video. I'm pretty happy. Oh, and you can see I painted part of the trailer black just because I thought it looked better than the raw galvanized like that. But anyway, that's gonna do it for now. I will make another video, kind of like a part 2 to this one, when we go ahead and do the repower. Anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you hate it. Either way you watch, so appreciate it.